everybody, it's Dana Falk, the Hungry Fan, and today we're talking eggs. Why eggs? Eggs are my favorite snack. They're super filling and really delicious and not that hard to make. Eggs are about 6 to 8 grams of protein per egg, depending on the size. They're anywhere from, let's say, 60 to 90 calories, depending on the size, and about 4 to 5 grams of fat, but good fat. Good fat that you should be eating. You need to eat fat. So, Larousse, which is this huge, heavy book that weighs more than I do right here, is sort of the end-all be-all for cooks. Every cook has this book, and it tells you exactly how to make everything, including hard-boiled eggs. Larousse will tell you, heavy, to hard-boil your egg for 10 to 12 minutes, and then let it sit for 7 to 8 in an ice bath or a cold water bath, and that's it, and then you're done. I've tried making eggs that way. I've tried a lot of different ways of making hard-boiled eggs, and I'm going to show you today my way, which is a small variation on Larousse's way, to make the perfect egg that's beautifully white on the outside and nice and bright and yellow on the inside. So follow along and I'll show you how. These are the eggs I'm using today. I got them from Whole Foods. Sometimes I like to get my eggs at the farmer's market. It really just depends on where I am and bopping around town. These are organic eggs. You can get organic, you can get cage-free, and then there's always the regular egg, which I say stay away from. But with organic and cage-free, it means that these eggs have come from chickens that wander around the farm like chickens do. They don't live in cages. They're not chock full of antibiotics. They're not eating things that they're not supposed to be eating. They're normal, regular chickens, and these are their normal, regular, healthy, clean, organic eggs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to gently place, so that they don't crack, these eggs into this pot in a single layer. I don't want them to be stacked on top of each other or they won't cook properly. So put that down gently. Put these in. Right now the pot is empty. There's nothing in here. And there's a reason for that, which I will explain in a second. Some places will tell you, like Larousse, to stick your eggs into the boiling hot water, which for me, I think it shocks the eggs. I like to bring my eggs up to temperature more slowly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the sink for a quick second, and I'm going to fill the pot up with water, with cold water, until the water is about 2 inches over the top of the egg. Okay, now that I have the water all set to go, I'm going to put the eggs on the stove and I'm going to bring them up to a rolling boil. So high heat. So rolling boil means not like a couple little bubbles, but lots of bubbles. Think the back of a speedboat. Like if you're looking at the water, all that water churning, you really want to see a lot of bubbles. This, like baby boil, not yet a rolling boil. Keep boiling. Lots of bubbling action going on. Really close, but not quite there yet. Keep boiling. Alright, so now we've got the perfect rolling boil. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shut off the heat and I'm going to cover this and I'm going to let it sit for 12 minutes. If you have an electric stove, make sure you take this off the heat. With gas it's fine, but if you have an electric stove, please take it away from the heat, cover, and then let sit for 12 minutes. Alright, eggs are done. So careful if the lid is hot. Now it's time to put them in cold water. That stops the cooking process. So what I like to do, because I don't really want to use another bowl, is I like to pour a little bit of the water out without letting the eggs come flying out. It's also really good for the pores. And then go ahead and just flush with cold water. Literally just let the water pour over the top so that you displace all the hot water. Okay, so now that the eggs are cool, let's take them out and let's see how we did. I'm gonna just crack it a little bit. So how do you know if the egg is cooked properly? You want really, really white whites and really, really yellow yolks. If you've ever gotten that weird patina, that greenish gray on your yolks, what that is a chemical reaction actually between the hydrogen and the sulfur in the egg white and the iron in the egg yolk. And it creates that weird green, which you really don't want. It means you overcooked your eggs. So I'm just going to peel this. Another quick tip while I peel is it's actually easier to make hard-boiled eggs if the eggs are a little bit older, like 7 to 10 days old, not gross, but a little older. It makes it actually easier to peel at this stage. I'm going to just give it a quick rinse. Now here's the true test. Let's see how we did. Just going to take a knife, cut this puppy in half, and voila! Beautiful yolks, white whites, and no greenish gray patina. Perfect. Here's an excellent snack. It's really good for you. Super easy to make, as you can see if you follow my instructions. Happy eating.